Hey, welcome back to another edition to Behind the Barrel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Barnett Jackal. This is their Ready to Hunt edition, and it's going to come with everything that you need to get started. And we'll do our unboxing. The first thing you're going to notice is that everything is going to come in sub-assemblies. All of your tools are going to come in the white box. This model came with their premium red dot, or what they call their premium red dot. We have a towel. Also, we have a manual for the red dot itself, and we have all the Allen keys inside to assemble the crossbow. We have a tube of Barnett crossbow lube wax. This should only be applied to the rails every 5 shots. I would not use this for the strings itself. Also, we have the Join the NRA sheet. Everyone should be a member of the NRA. And the owner's manual. And this is going to be your instruction guide for putting the sub-assemblies together. And on the very last page is going to have your warranty card. I've already sent mine in, but you're going to want to fill this out or else it won't be covered underneath warranty. Let's get the specs out of the way. This crossbow has a draw weight of 150 pounds. It features a 12-inch power stroke. The power stroke is the distance between the bowstring here at rest and the locking mechanism. It shoots a 400 grain 20-inch arrow at 315 feet per second. That'd be delivering 88 foot-pounds of energy. The weight of the Jackal is 7.7 pounds. It is 36 inches in length and 20 inches in width. Now let's talk about the features of this crossbow. It comes with a pistol grip, a military style stock. The foregrip kind of feels like a vertical foregrip. One thing when you're holding this crossbow, this is a guard. That's why this is here. If your fingers come above this, when you fire the crossbow, you will lose your fingers, without a doubt. It ships with a 3-bolt quiver. The types of bolts here are the Easton Headhunter series. The red dot is the premium Barnett red dot. It features a 3-dot reticule, either in green or red. It has 5 illumination settings. It attaches via Picatinny rail, so you could put on an aim point or an EOTech if you wanted that. The trigger breaks right at about 3.5 pounds, and when you cock the crossbow, it automatically puts it on safe. So before you can fire it, you're going to have to slide it forward. Okay, so let's talk about the wax that ships with the crossbow. This is the Barnett brand crossbow lube wax, and this should go on the rail every 5 shots. And you want to make sure that you actually apply it every 5 shots. It says you can apply this to the bowstrings themselves, but I would not do that. You want a wax that's a little bit harder, and I'm using the Boeing bowstring wax. And when you open up the wax itself, you will notice that this is a lot more greasy and it breaks down a lot quicker to the heat of your hand when you rub it in. Where this is a lot stiffer, and this can be applied to the bowstrings every 200 shots. Now what I do is I wipe it down every time I go out to a range session and then reapply it, because it's very important that this stays waxed, that the rail stays waxed and the bowstring stays waxed. It says that you can cock this by hand, but I wouldn't recommend doing that, because if you get more tension on one side, like let's say this side has more tension, it'll cause your bolt to fly erratically. You want to use a rope cocking device, and I just went for the Barnett brand. And one thing I want to talk about too is that you've got to make sure that the bolts that you get are actually made for the Jackal. If you get bolts that are too light, it'll actually simulate a dry firing and it'll void out the warranty. So don't go to Walmart and get the cheap bolts. Go and actually get the bolts that were designed for the Jackal. And here in a few minutes, we're going to take it outside and actually show you guys how to shoot this, how to cock it with the rope cocking device, and you actually see it in action. And the last thing I want to talk about is the MSRP. Now, Barnett states that it is $349, but on the street, it's right around $300. You can find better deals depending on where you get it and if they have any flash sales. I've seen it for as low as $230. I purchased mine complete from a store. It was already put together for right around $300. And one other thing too, what powers this red dot is a CR 2032 battery, which you can get at Walmart or Rite Aid, any of those stores which carries batteries for watches. You'll be able to find a battery that'll power this red dot. Now the first thing that you want to do before firing is you have to apply the lube to the rail. I just wipe it on, do small circles on both sides, and then I take my finger, and the heat from my finger dissolves this wax. And like I said, it breaks down really quickly. And try and get it to go all the way back to the locking mechanism. Another thing is you have to make sure that your bolt has the odd colored fletching go down inside the rail, or else it won't fire. And when you lock it all the way back, it's going to automatically put it on safe, and so you're going to have to push it forward before you fire. Let's cock the crossbow. The first thing you're going to want to make sure is that your hooks are facing up. Also, I have marked my bowstring right here on both sides of the rail to make sure that it is that there is even pressure when it is in the cocked position. Also, you have a hand guard right here to make sure that your hand or your fingers doesn't come up too high when the bow is fired, to make sure that you don't lose your hand or fingers. And so you want to make sure that the rope is above that, because sometimes it wants to get pinched below it, and it would cause it to the bowstring to be unevenly cocked. Put your foot in the stirrup, and then just stand up. It's quite easy to do, and after the first or second time, it'll seem like nothing. Okay, remember to make sure that the odd colored fletching needs to go down inside the rails. We're at 15 yards here, so this is a very easy shot for this crossbow. One other thing I want to tell you guys is that you cannot have this cocked for more than 4 hours. If you do, you start to get in that zone where it's had too much tension on the bowstrings for too long, and you cannot dry fire it. At the end of your hunting day, you actually have to shoot a bolt into something, whether it's a tree, some hay. You never want to dry fire that. Thanks guys for watching the Barnett Jackal review. This is their ready to hunt edition, and I think it's perfect for an entry-level crossbow to get into hunting or just crossbow shooting. I went with the premium red dot edition because I think a 3 or 4 power scope really is too much magnification for the type of shooting that you're going to be doing. Everything's going to be within 50 yards, so I think that the 3-dot reticule is perfect for that. Thanks again guys, and check out our Instagram page, and keep checking out the channel for more reviews coming soon.